Welcome back, traders. Today we're looking at the Bitcoin chart as well as Mara, BitDigital, Bitfarms, and CleanSpark. I also noticed recently that Compass Mining has come out with the August report for the Bitcoin mining stocks. I'll go over that here, not today, but maybe tomorrow or just whenever I get around to doing the next video, which should be early this week or mid this week. Anyways, right now we've got the Bitcoin chart up on here. This is a 3-day chart, as you can see up in the corner there. And if you notice, when we had that big run up from Grayscale, right? Is this Grayscale? No, it's not Grayscale. Grayscale's not going to show on here. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Anyways, this is the Gaussian channel we have here. If you notice, we had the last run up anyways. We went way above it, came in, settled at the top for a bit, came down, kind of played around towards the middle a bit. We came down in our recent lowest low. We went just below it, wicked below it. So we reached the bottom of the channel, and now we've come up and we're about to touch the center of the channel. Now, this is where we're either going to come back and retest the bottom of this channel again in the 25,000 range, or we're going to kind of do like back here at the top of the channel where we kind of price plays around that level, so around the center of this channel, and then eventually breaks through and runs right up to the top. Now, once it reaches the top here around 30,000, it's probably going to retrace back down to that level, which would be closer to the center again, somewhere in the 27,000 before it moves onward. But right now, we're just watching price get to the center of this line. It's going to basically, we're waiting to see a pretty big move here, either up or down, either back to the top of this channel or back to the bottom of this channel. Right now, I'm thinking with the way things are getting set up, we might see a potential run up to the top of the channel, depending on today's FOMC news and how dovish or hawkish Jerome Powell is while he is speaking. That's going to be 2:30 p.m. Eastern time today, so keep an eye on that. I'll be out of the market until all of the dust settles from that press release, and I'll be back to probably selling some options while I wait for my Bitcoin mining stocks to be at levels I'd like to purchase them. Anyways, let's take a look at Marathon. So Marathon Digital, as I predicted, this box has been down here a really long time, and it took us such a long time from here to get down there. We're currently still in this downward channel. You can see it's just following this downward channel. This trend line here actually doesn't really matter, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. But this downward channel, I have not moved this since I drew it back around here in August of this year, last month. So it's just been following this pretty strongly, just kind of coming all the way back, always back to the center line here. But we've made it to the greatest level of support, which is between $10 and $9. Now this dashed line is kind of the last line in the sand. If it gets down here and doesn't reverse almost immediately, kind of like, coming down to this wick and then coming back up, if it doesn't reject here like immediately and goes back up, then we have a problem, and we'll be going down to we'll be going down to like the $6 level if that happens, like right here, like $6-7 level, right in this little zone there. But this is the strongest level of support. If this breaks, it's going to be really bad. We're going to be having a really bad time. I'm going to be just absolutely hemorrhaging money if it breaks this level. So I don't think it's going to. It's a very strong level. You can see it's got so much volume in it. So many trades have been made in it. The volume is decently low, as you can see down here. It's not like huge volume levels. On the 2-hour chart, we're looking at 690K. Not so bad. And it's green, so that's good, I guess. I've been accumulating in this level ever since we got down here into this box. I've been accumulating Mara a little more heavily than I was before. Again, not any type of financial advice or suggestion to buy, sell, or hold anything. But I've been purchasing below $10, much more aggressively than I was before. I've also been selling calls on every 100 shares that I have. going into the FOMC meeting because I'm expecting it to come down a bit afterwards. Maybe not like a lot, but maybe down to that $9 level, or at least go sideways for a little while. Anyways, that's Marathon. Marathon's gotten into the buy zone. I've been buying it in the buy zone. I'm still expecting it to probably flatten out in this region for a while before going back up here, maybe in later October or November, hopefully. BitDigital is showing strength. So actually, first let's look at Bitfarms before I go there. Bitfarms, if you look, does this chart look familiar or what? Looks exactly like Marathon Digital. Got this strong downward channel. I could probably draw one from here down to here. Here, let me just draw that channel. If I would have drawn this one originally, like on Mara, like we just follow to, we're gonna follow the top of this one right here. Here and to the bottom of that move, which is, stop it, right there. So I'm going to the bottom of that, yeah. So we kind of just follow this mostly. And now we've come out of it, much like on Mara, we're flattening out, just like on here, we're flattening out. This is the biggest zone of support right here between 120 and 109. We wicked down to 109 for a moment and kind of shot right back up, so that was a good sign, just like what I had thought it would do. Let me get rid of this actually. It makes me feel like my chart. Actually, I'll get rid of this one because this one's kind of done for. This one too. I don't really care about that one. Bitfarms looks very much like Marathon Digital. It's got into its major support here. Rejected off the 109 like I had mentioned in a previous video, that was a very strong area where I expected things to reject pretty much immediately, and it did. You see it touched. We were there for like 2 hours and then big gap up. And we did not come back to it. We made a higher low and then a higher high, and we're currently we made the same low, I guess a lower low. And now we're just going to stay probably flat for a while. Now, BitDigital looks a little different. BitDigital is actually looking a little strong right now. We're seeing higher highs followed by higher lows. That one didn't make a higher high. The body of the candles made a higher high, but the wick did not. But it made a higher low, and then we made a higher high, and we made the same low, I want to say. Yeah, we made the same low, and now we're at a higher low again. Now, if we go below 222, then this whole structure here is broken, and we're going back down to $2. If it continues to grind up and hang out around the center line of this upward channel right here, then we're in a accumulation zone moving upward. Fun little thing to notice here, in the upward channel, we came right to the bottom of this big downward channel right here that's been on the chart forever, and touched it and rejected immediately off it straight back to the bottom of this channel. It's amazing how TA works when you draw these lines well, how just perfectly it tends to line up with price action. It's pretty amazing sometimes, honestly. Again, we're looking for 272. That's the big shelf, if you will, again, where we need to break through that in order to see big gains upward. If we get through that 272, I imagine we'll go straight up to $3. $3 will be like a magnet after that point. And if we break $3, we are very likely shooting right up to 350, 360 without really any resistance all the way up. That's my thoughts anyways, based on what I'm seeing in the charts. So we're still just in accumulation zone. Things are moving slow. They're grinding up. We're getting slowly closer to the halving, and I'm just accumulating. I think my BitDigital holdings now are about 2,300. Bitfarms, I have 1,500, and then Marathon Digital, I now have about 300. I've also added some positions of CleanSpark. I did sell out of them yesterday, so I bought a call. I bought a leap call, which means I bought a call that was more than 1 year in the future, and it went up by 15% yesterday. Within a day, it was up 15%. So I sold it basically off of the anticipation of today being red, and today, as you can see up here, is almost 1% down, so that was a good decision on my part. I am looking for re-entry on CleanSpark. If you look at the CleanSpark chart, it also looks just like Marathon Digital with this strong, lots of support where it's coming into and going flat, like right here. I'm looking for my entry again though. So I want to get onto another Leap option. I'm going to do options on CleanSpark instead of just shares. I'm interested in, kind of running a bit of an experiment, if you will, on how well I'm capable of managing some Leap options. So I'm expecting the price of CleanSpark to be significantly higher next year. So I've been buying, when I did buy it, I bought an in the money call option for that expires in 2025. About another one that expires in 2026. I sold both of them for a 10% profit because it was just instant profit, so I just decided to take it. But when I find re-entry, probably somewhere around the $4 range, maybe 4.15, 4.10, 4.15. Yeah, I'll be buying those, holding them. I'll be buying the in the money calls, which are, I believe, are $2.50. If you look at the price, current prices for $4.35, and you can buy a Leap option at the $2.50 strike price for about $300. So it's $135 less than it would cost to buy 100 shares of CleanSpark in order to control 100 shares of CleanSpark at a value of $2.50 to you if you bought them. So I mean, look into options. It's an interesting world to experiment with. Don't get too involved in it. It can be dangerous, but again, not any type of advice. Just from my own experience, I've definitely lost more money than I've made on options, but I'm learning and I'll get there. But anyways, CleanSpark been added. It's in the same accumulation zone as Marathon Digital and Bitfarms. It's in a bit of an upward channel. We did break below it, so we made a new low. This is actually looks exactly like the Bit Digital upward trend that, except on CleanSpark, it broke. So we're probably going to move our way back down following this line down, probably back down to the 415 range before moving back up. We'll see. But that's the update today on Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners. On Bitcoin, we're looking for a retest either of the bottom of the channel or a breakthrough up to the top of the channel. If it goes to the top of the channel, you better believe that all these miners are going to go way, way up. With it, we're waiting for the FOMC news that's going to come out later today. Keep an eye on that, and thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.